Ajahn had a time limit for 7:20. I was ordered to stop him at 7:20. Ajahn, you're 3 minutes early. Sick. Shouts out to Yola. All right, so at this point, we're going to be calling up students representing each school to talk about their crew. The goal here is to take you inside what that student-teacher relationship is like in martial arts. So if I get a little bit of composure, I'd like to do that for you. First up is my favorite crew that's 6'6" and up, representing old school Muay Thai. Yeah. Who's your representative? Do you have one today? Matt? Matt Warner? Matt Warner. Are you lining up for food? Wern. Matt Wern? Ask somebody to hold your spot in the food, man. Matt Wern's not buddy. Just hold his spot. Matt Wern, everybody, for Kru James.
It's killer over there, so keep it short, actually. So, having known Kru James for about a decade, if I'm giving thanks, I would keep it short, for sure. So those of you who don't know him, he's really tall, and matching that stature is his heart. So I'm here on behalf of Old School to thank Kru James for teaching us to be better and stronger versions of ourselves, and continuing us on the path of Muay Thai and in real life. And I know those lessons can never be repaid. They can only be passed on to others who are taking the same path. So on behalf of all of your delinquents from Old School Muay Thai, I just want to say thank you for teaching us courage, devotion, and sacrifice.
Soundtrack was fitting, man. A little something more upbeat though. All right, next up. This lady has a really special place in my heart. She gave me one of my first looks and gave me a chance in Muay Thai. I'd like to call York Muay Thai up. Please give her a hand. Oh, Praveen. Representing York Muay Thai is Praveen. Okay.
All right, so at York, we're blessed to have 3 crews. We have Kru David, Kru Cam, and Kru Jen. Kru David is our Muay Thai dad. He's the first one you'll hear when you go there, and he'll be the last one to leave. For once, he's taking a night off to spend time with his wife, so that's good. Oh. Okay, apparently he's a wizard too now. All right. We also have Kru Cam. He's the one who keeps us fighters in line. He makes sure the students are all looked after, and he's a teacher. So he's really good at teaching us how to do Muay Thai, and you know what? Living too. And finally, we have Kru Jen. She's our matriarch who has to balance her family, her son, a gym, and MTO. It's a lot to deal with, but she still finds a way to get it done. And yeah, so one of the few, like a couple that I could go on for the next 3 years talking about this because that's how much time I spent with them. But I gotta keep a time limit, so I'm gonna keep it for 3 minutes, I guess. And it's one of the best parts of having these 3 people in my life is the fact that they're always so open to listening to me, whether it's about my problems about Muay Thai, with school, with life. Any one of them will make time to talk to not just me, but any one of the students, whether it's a fighter, a new student, or even that brand new yellow that just walked in. So I would like to say thank you for that. Thank you for taking the time. To show our appreciation, we put together this basket along with the kids in our program made this poster. So these were done by all the kids to show how much York Muay Thai means to them and how much they appreciate the time these people take to show us the meaning of love, respect, and belief. Thank you.
Also, somebody gave me my very first look. I used to rag on him a lot because he used to rock Steve Harvey suits, but now he wears fitted suits. I'd like to get a representative from Training Ground, please, to say a few words about Kru Brian. Bring it back. Bring back the floods. Cabaland, everybody. So what happened to the suits? Did you talk to him? You did? Bring it back. He's back again.
Thanks, everybody. I found out just 5 minutes ago that I had to say something, so I'm making something up on the spot. We actually have two crews at Training Ground, Kru Jeff and Kru Brian. Kru Jeff, I think last year you just got your, you became Kru, but you've been at the gym forever and you've been a leader since the beginning. So since I've been there, I've only been there 5 years, so you've been there for longer and you've been leading everyone from there. So I learned a lot from you, and as a Fuchart, I'll continue to learn from there. Kru Brian, there's a lot of lessons that you've taught me, and as some people have said before, it's hard to repay. It's the only thing I can do is pass it on to future people. And more so than just Muay Thai, you taught me a lot more life lessons. You've guided me in my personal life and professional life and everything like that. And I really appreciate that. And I know there's a lot of guys and girls at Training Ground who believe the same. So thank you for that, both of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Next up, I'd like to call a representative from TKMT. This crew's a living legend out in Muay Thai here, and was doing it before everybody else. Yeah. This is Nicholson. He's going to say a few words for Kru.
All right, I'd like to say what we learn at TKMT is that Muay Thai isn't just Muay Thai. It has a lot to do with understanding who you are as an individual and expressing the art as genuinely as possible when you find who you are. And you go through a lot of hardships in Muay Thai, and as you progress, the training gets harder and harder. And the harder it gets, the more you find those layers of who you thought you were fall off, and what's left is the individual, the pureness of it. And as you progress as a fighter, you find that you could express that genuinely without looking at other people's styles and trying to mimic their styles. You find who you are and you fight your way. And that's a skill that I would say that you apply towards life as well. Like a lot of times people don't see the connection between life and Muay Thai, right? But once you've succeeded in peeling away those layers initially within the martial art, which is the purest form of self-discovery, you apply that towards your life in other ways, and you see that the world works for you in those ways as well. It's linear, and it doesn't change. So, yeah, that's what Kru Clifton Brown has taught me, and has taught almost all of us as students. And I have all that to thank him for.
Nicholson. Have you challenged him to Street Fighter yet? You know what that is, right?
I gotta work up to that. I gotta catch him by surprise first. You know?
Next up is one of my actually very first students, Kru Ryan James, representing Richmond Hill Muay Thai. Who's your guy, Kru? What's up, my man? You remind me of Vinny from, you know, what's that show, Jersey Shore? Oh.
All right, thank you so much. I just wanted to say thank you to my, this way? I just wanted to say thank you to my crew. You know, I remember my first time, I walked into the Muay Thai class, and it was just one other student as well as Kru Ryan, and they're just like, can I hit pads with you guys? And so I walked in, joined them. I thought it was the shit, and I realized it wasn't. And it was a process of maturity for me, and I grew basically mentally, spiritually, as well as physically. And it was, all thanks to my crew. And also one thing I want to point out, like I grew mentally too, but the whole class grew too. I remember the first time I saw like 20 people in the class and just a smile on my crew's face, it was worth diamonds. Like you could shout into the entire world like, hey, look at me, my school is growing. It was just amazing, I want to say thank you to my crew. Thank you, Ryan.
That's beautiful, man. Thank you for that. Next up, I'd like to call a representative from Fifth Dimension, please. Fifth Dimension is represented by Kru Kyle Regan. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Esther.
I'm like the worst person to do a speech, so just so you know. But I am honored here tonight to represent these crews that take so much time out of their life to give back to us. Kru Kyle Reagan over there, beside Kru Ajahn. He's not just, any person. Every day when he teaches classes, he puts 110%. He's passionate and he's patient with his students. He commits, as much as he can. Every day he commutes back and forth from Hamilton to Toronto to work, and he still manages to make it in every night with a smile on his face to teach his students, for another 2 hours, and he's happy to do it. On a personal level, he's taken me, shaped me into a person that I am today. He's, I'm a student, a teacher, and a fighter, and I forever am grateful for that. He's changed my life in so many ways that I couldn't even write it down, to be honest. But he likes quoting stuff, so I just put a little bit of quotes in here and see if I can get through them. So yeah, you teach us greatly, you inspire us truly, you motivate us rightly, and it's all because of you. Success